Hello everybody, Mazel Tov. We just recently made bar mitzvah for our son, and I want to share that experience with you. And for those of you who don't know, a bar mitzvah takes place when a Jewish boy turns 13 years old. At that point in time, he has a spiritual awakening, and he becomes more aware of the consequences of his actions, and he's ready to engage with Judaism in a brand new way. He puts on tefillin, he's called to the Torah, and he's considered an adult in regard to the mitzvahs. So let's go behind the scenes and see exactly how my family celebrated this momentous milestone. We don't live in a large Jewish community, and I don't have any party planners around me that I am aware of. So what we did was have my husband go up to the hotel where he works, load up a van full of plates and cups and props, all the different things that we could use for the simcha, bring it down and have workers unload it, bring it inside, where the caterer came along with some waiters and they took the time to set up the event. While they were busy setting up, we were back at the house doing hair and makeup and putting on our dresses, taking care of all the last minute things. Little girls had their hair done really cute, and as for me, it was a lot easier because my hair had already been done a few days in advance. That's one of the perks of being an Orthodox Jewish woman who covers her own natural hair with a wig. All I had to do was just plop it on my head and gegangen. Once everybody was dressed, we headed outside and we had a photographer take some pictures. Everybody got their own personal shots, and then we took pictures, of course, together with the bar mitzvah boy. These ones are not professional photos. I didn't get those back yet. Hopefully we're going to have them back soon, but these are ones people just grabbed on their cell phone. Every now and again, I took a few minutes to run back over to the synagogue where we would be celebrating the event to check in and see where they were holding. So this was in the middle of the setup before they put the food on the tables, and I don't know, I think it came out pretty nice, especially considering we did this ourselves. And when I say we did it ourselves, I mean we went online and we found candelabras and we found like little decorations. And again, I'm not a professional party planner, but I think we made some pretty good decisions. It came out pretty lovely in my opinion. Once everybody was all dressed, we ran back over to the hall, and here's where it was already set up, but I actually had an oops moment here. I walked in, I wanted to catch a video, and I realized everybody was praying. Whoops! All the men were there, and it was not my place at that moment, so I stepped back out and headed over to the women's side. So here's the women's side set up. Over here we didn't have the candelabras, but we did have some nice flowers that we chose to use instead. Once everybody was settled and eating, my son Shlomi began what was called a mimer. This mimer was said by everybody in his class at their bar mitzvahs and is something that is tradition within the Chabad community. Now in other communities they typically say something called a pshatel, which can vary from child to child, but because we live in a mostly Lubavitch community, my son said a mimer. He was full of confidence, he had a great smile on his face, and we're super proud of him. Once Shlomi was finished saying the mimer, we had guest speakers, people who are very important to us, who stood up and said a few words, wished us mazel tov, and gave us a lot of blessings. And then the dancing started. Oh, if you've never seen dancing in the Jewish community, well, I guess now you are. It's pretty awesome. There's so much joy, and this is the way to celebrate. There were a lot of tricks, and of course my son is a real boy and he's always going to be climbing and jumping and doing all kinds of physical activities. So yeah, he had a lot of fun at the bar mitzvah. If you'll notice, the men and the women are separate. We don't dance together. We have our own fun. So while the men were dancing, there were some girls dancing over on the side. But really, to tell the truth, most people were just sitting and watching the men because they were having a lot of fun over there and it was really cool to watch. One of the beautiful things about the Simcha is that people from all spectrums of the Orthodox world were at the Simcha. We had ultra Hasidic from Williamsburg, we had Lubavitch, we had Yeshivish, all different types. And though I don't really have many friends from other different communities, they would have been welcome too. I just don't really know so many different people. If you're a Jew, we would have been happy to celebrate with you. Oh, there's the little girls dancing. Yep, they had some fun over there, but yeah, we were mostly just watching the guys. All right, the bar mitzvah wound down. We all went home. And the next day was the big event when Shlomi got called up to read the Torah. So here's him doing that.
Just in time. Hold your fire. Hey, hold your fire.
What do you say? My little boy is all grown up. Mazel tov, Shlomi. We are so proud of you, and we hope to see much nachas from you.